what is the difference between the project in the computer setting and industrial and academia, and we compared and why we need to do the computer project or a project for computing in the academia environment is different from the industry, right? أول إشي لأنه it's required by the undergraduate degree إنه لازم تعمل project. Like you notice so far معظم الكلاسز اللي أنت بتاخدها بحكي لك اعمل project، مزبوط؟ So البروجكت هذه بتمثل أكثر من 30% من your work, especially بالسنة الثالثة والسنة الرابعة. More higher education you take, more emphasis on creating project. بس البروجكت بصير يتغير based on this chart مثل ما شفت. This represent the computer science and the level of research involvement and the type of the project, how you do it. أول إشي بتبدأ من theory، بعدين practice, application, which is the software area where you have the information, where you have the how to store the data, how to manage the data, and all the soft skill in the computer science. And then the vertical line, it represents the educational. So in the bachelor degree, you start to do very very simple project relevant to your coursework, and these projects get more involved in critical thinking more you advance in your courses. And عرفنا شو type of the or category of the computing project. But I want to emphasize one thing. In your level of education, your project will be backward looking. Backward looking يعني أنت بدك تصير تطلع على الإشي اللي اتسوى already، ومثل ما تقول it's a learning curve، تتعلم كيف الأشياء بتصير we start to conclude إذا بتقدر تعمل improvement, identify strength and weakness of the field already being studied, discuss the history, how the field was evolved, and so forth. بس لما تطلع in your educational level على PhD degree for example راح تكون ايش forward looking. ليش؟ لانك بدك تعمل real participation to your field, and to increase the whole knowledge you have to add something new to the knowledge body of the science. ماشي؟ And the question is, where is my project I'm doing fits by categories? Hi guys, if I ask this question, where's your project will fit in these categories? Anybody can answer?
You mean, just to clarify on your question, قصدك احنا البروجكت تبعنا اللي هلا we're working on اللي بأي category؟ أنا I believe it's kind of industry. لا مش industry. I want people to think, right? My project is making a calculator that splits the task into smaller tasks easier questions for the people to think about them for 1 minute extra on their time. Just because I believe the main issue is that the more people use technology, the less they use their minds, their brains. So this is the idea behind it, behind my project.
يعني you can say something like a problem solving.
ممكن بس it's for people to ممكن problem solving.
What other area it might be involved?
It's not industry. ممكن educational.
Educational?
Like it would
Okay.
be I don't know. It's very confusing.
It's
To
not
classify it.
confusing because here's the answer. Your project may fall into 2 or even more of these classes. يعني مش شرط it's in one, it probably will be fits different classes.
Yeah.
So the first thing, classify your project, is start to give some little bit thinking like Elias did. He analyzed what he's trying to do, and based on these categories, think about my project probably will fit in the maybe industrial base, problem solving, maybe in evaluation. I want to evaluate something, it's already existed. يعني مثل there is an application manages the digital well-being or the well-being of the human. It's already existing. You want to see the validity of this application, or it just pure development. You proposing an idea and want to develop it, or research base. And I'm expecting most of you will fit in the first category and cover some other areas. Maybe until you want to research the area, then you develop. So development and research. Okay. Main thing also, you need to identify your stakeholders. Why it's important at this point, we need to identify our stakeholder in each of your projects. And this is the first step. It tells you how you're gonna do your research. Who is you gonna be working on? Who you want to address your questions to validate your project idea. Stakeholder identification, the first step. Okay. So
By
just to summarize,
by stakeholder, you mean not only the investors, but you mean also the customers. Correct?
stakeholder, everybody who is involved in your project.
Okay.
Everybody, not just the sponsors. You can think of maybe a janitor in the company. He's a stakeholder. A customer, he's a stakeholder. You ask about, you can use your mom and dad. They are a stakeholder, right? So just to summarize, field of computing range from hard theoretical to soft area, software itself, data, database, and so forth. And computing project fall into 5 categories: research-based, development, evaluation, industrial-based, problem solving. Your project has a number of stakeholders. supervisor, client, user, examiner, software tester, evaluator, etc. So this is the takeaway from the first chapter. How is the computer science area and the category of the computer projects and identifying your stakeholders. Okay. And by that, we need to move to the other chapter. Hopefully. Stop recording here.